episode of the Intellectual Airheads Podcast, starring me, Kelly McKee, and I almost said and Kelly McKee, and Monica.
It just don't matter. Hey.
I was like, wait, I was trying to think of something clever to say for you, and I almost literally just said in Kelly McKee. Amanda Katz, best all around 2014. And
okay, well, do you want to explain that? I don't think they know what that means.
Amanda got the senior superlative best all around in 2014 when we graduated high school. And do they still do the senior superlatives, though, is the question.
Oh, that would be so lame if they didn't.
Well, I feel like I remember hearing conversation like that they stopped doing that.
Ugh.
Because it's like, you know, like it's like, you know, only a certain people get it. But at the same time, it's like those are the only people that care about it. Like if you don't, I don't know. I feel like, how am I trying to think of this? Like if you aren't part of like the more popular people, not even popular people, but I just feel like our high school experience, there was like a big group of people who all were like friendly and knew each other. And then there was like maybe just some more quieter people. And if you weren't part of that, I feel like you wouldn't even care to be part of the senior superlatives.
I mean, I'm sure no one would have minded getting best all
around. I wouldn't have felt comfortable. I'd be like, this is a damn lie.
No, well, I felt so you had to make like a quote to like for the best all around or whatever, and I felt so uncomfortable like saying something good about myself. Like I don't know, it's just like weird when you get best all around, like you have to say something cocky, and everything I was thinking in my head just sounded so lame. So Kelly came up with the quote for me, and what was it?
Yeezy taught me.
It's so funny when I listen to the song now. Like obviously I knew then what the song was, but it's like so vulgar. And the fact that I put it in my yearbook is so funny. Thank God they didn't like try and like look that up.
I'm just like, what were we even thinking? Like we did know, I guess, but
I just thought
Yeezy
Taught Me was like perfect though, because it was kind of like putting it on someone else. It was like a play on a song,
and it's like that quote dates the year.
Yeah,
like somebody could like Ian loves like this little like thing where it's like it gives you a clip, a zoomed in picture of somewhere on a street, or like just a picture on a street, and you have to guess where in the world the picture is from. So you're like looking at all like the signs and everything and what people are wearing, and you have to guess when. I hate it so much. But
I think I would be bad at that.
If I saw a Yeezy Tommy thing, I'd be like at 2010s. It has to be in the 2010s for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still happy that I chose that as the quote. But it was so Kelly coded though.
Yeah, but also it's like you were my best friend, and like the Kanye thing was very like the Kanye and the Tyler Creator stuff was very crossover. I just make everything my personality, and I like owned it. So it's like that's the only reason why.
Yeah.
But yeah,
right. It's like I listened to it just as much as you did.
No, literally.
You just decided to turn it into your whole personality.
But the Kanye West thing is a little bit different because like that I got into like on my own and sort of like made all my friends. You weren't my friend if you didn't like Kanye, and also the music.
It's so good.
It's not that hard to like.
So good.
And so I definitely did a little bit with that, but at the same time, you guys would have liked Kanye West soon enough anyways.
Yeah.
We all love Stronger. Duh. That was the start of it all, was I wanted Stronger downloaded on my blue Nano iPod.
iPad. If you said iPad, then it was like,
I can't talk right now.
You're a blast from the future.
No, an iPod, and I said, brother, download Stronger on my iPod.
Yeah, and he said,
because obviously
I'll do you one better.
Yeah, because obviously my brother was illegally downloading music, and he said, I will only do this if I can download the entire album because it's so good. You have to listen to the whole thing. And that was graduation.
He didn't know what he was starting.
I know. And it's so fucked up because Sarah will say like they can trace the same thing back to like the core musician or whatever for like their life was introduced because of brother.
Aww.
He just like morphed us.
That's so cute.
I love him. Yeah, I still
Shout out, Sam.
I'm still so happy with my Yeezy tattoo.
Yeah, Kelly does have a Yeezy tattoo. I know a lot of you probably, I feel like that like got brushed under the rug a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, it is what it is. I know everybody's waiting for me to publicly announce that I regret it. I don't. I don't like necessarily like, I don't not regret it in the way where it's like, if I didn't have this on my body, I wouldn't feel like myself. Like, it's not in that way, but it's so fucking funny.
It's so funny.
And it's kind of like depressing sometimes with like my childhood, especially when I listen to like Good Children, because Joe like so much same brain of like loving pop culture from such a young age. And I just feel like I wasn't as like supported as I wish I could have been, just with the things I was interested in, period.
Yeah.
Because as we mentioned, there was like a million of us kids. And so my Yeezy tattoo is something that I have from the past to be like, this describes who I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I've been getting I mean, not recently, but like, it's just sort of like sad when I meet people out here and I'm like, you guys will never know the me that existed in the past.
Well, I think it's like so funny to like have things like that where you could just like whip out and be like, you didn't know this about me. Bet you didn't know this one. Like,
I know. I'm so embarrassing. I was literally imagining me in my master's program, like on the first day or whatever, we're just doing like those stupid icebreakers, and it's like, tell us a fun fact about you. And I was gonna say I have a podcast, but I could also say I have a Yeezy tattoo.
Then which one did you go with?
Well, I haven't. It's my first day of my master's class.
Oh, you have your master's.
No, when people used to say that, I don't even know what I would share. That's like a horrible thing. That's why I was so excited that I have a podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Finally, like it's something easy to be able to say and
plug.
Promo. Yeah.
We love it. We love it.
One of the things that I like to throw out there when like just to catch people off guard, like that they probably didn't know about me, is like the fact that I was engaged at one point.
Oh my God. I literally didn't know what you were going to say. No, that's the craziest thing in the world.
No, and it kind of like segues me into something that I wanted to talk about, which is like kind of just why I'm bringing it up. But okay, like I feel like it's a funny story, so I should just explain it a little bit. So like
the relationship?
Just how it happened, the time span.
Amanda thinks it's funny. I'm still healing.
No, I know. I like think it's funny, and then like I bring it up to like you or Taylor, and it's like still like not okay. It's not funny yet.
No, it's okay. It's like we just love you so much. But
I
okay,
know.
Keep going.
So I said it to someone at work the other day. I was like, yeah, because they've known me for like over a year now.
Yes,
and I'm like, do you guys know I was engaged at one point? They're like, no, had no idea.
Wifey.
But I don't know.
Me.
I worked with this guy. He was my manager at my job. So I knew him for about 8 months, worked with him like pretty consistently. Always had like a tiny little crush on him. Someone that was like charming and funny and just like fun to work with kind of thing. And then he stopped working at the job because he got fired for drinking on the job. And I was like, you know what? Yes, I want that.
Like, you know, they did him wrong. We all drink on the job.
You know what? That's who I want in my life. And I don't know. Never mind. I'm going to leave that part out because it's like fucked up. But it's just like from the first date, there were just signs that it was not good news. And I was just like, no, what's a red flag?
And I think another thing that's important for like me and Taylor's context of it all is like Amanda's never had like a real boyfriend before and like because of commitment issues, and so to be so like into someone was very like, we want to trust you because she's never been like, we were confused. It was confusing.
Well, it was also like, because I mean, you guys have obviously heard, if you listen to the podcast, like I have talked about wanting children and like wanting like a family for so long, and because I was at the age of like 27 and had never had a boyfriend, like finally like being with someone who was like telling me that that's what they wanted too was like really exciting, and it was someone that I liked a lot, and like it was so good for me to have that relationship because I saw how easily I could get myself into something that was so a mirror of like the unhealed parts of myself. Like the relationship was felt so right because it was so familiar, but it was not the relationship that like I want for my future. It just like felt so right because it was so similar to like the way I grew up.
Yeah, it's so scary. Yeah, we have to be so aware of that.
Yeah, and I wasn't at all, or at least not for a little while. And so we start dating. 2 months goes by. Man gets down on one knee.
Best all around. 2014.
2 months. 2 months.
2 months. 2 months.
And guys, was I running to the fucking chapel? No.
Chapel roan?
No.
Was I roaning to the chapel?
Roaning to the chapel? No. And he honestly like made some like jokes a couple times about like, should we just go? And I'm like, no.
Oh my God. Thank God.
Like,
thank God.
I just, Jesus. The ring, like, because he was asking me and like we were 2 months in and I'm like, yes, like I said, I want a family. I saw doing that with this person. So I was like, yes, sure. You know, like, we're not planning a wedding right now.
No,
we're not getting married. Like, there was none
Literally
of that. It was like more just like the intention, like, oh, like this is what we want.
Yeah, like that, what it actually should be. Like, you shouldn't, when you get engaged, you should not be thinking about planning the wedding and all that stuff. You should be thinking like, okay, this is a commitment for our future forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. And it was so weird when we would like tell people we were engaged. They were like, when's the wedding? And I'm like, this literally, we just told you this happened a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Like, what? And it's like, if you're invited, well, you'll get the fucking save the date.
And these were people that knew that you were only dating for 2 months too?
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
I know. It was just weird the way, like, that was everyone's, like, first thing. But whatever. I think that I would have stayed in that relationship a lot longer had it not been the fact that he proposed. It was just, like, a very, like, reminder, like, oh my God, this is forever. Like, this behavior that I'm like looking at right now, like that's forever.
Oh my God.
And I think if that didn't happen, like, yeah, I would have tried to work through it and been the fixer and like trying to make things better.
Thank God it did.
I know.
I never knew that. She's never shared this with me before, you guys.
So the relationship total was 6 months. Like, so 2 months engaged, 4 months.
And it just shows you how someone can come in and fuck shit up so quick.
Yeah.
6 months.
6 months. No, it's weird when I like was scrolling through my pictures the other day. It's weird how short the amount that like he was in and like was such like a big
that was like a huge thing.
Yeah, and it fucked me up for like so long afterwards too. I mean, not so long, but definitely a couple months. I was like not okay. And like he was still in the picture for a long time, like doing fucked up shit afterwards too. So it wasn't like whatever. There's no communication now. That is done.
There's no contact.
The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I wouldn't have been able to get out of that relationship like as quickly as I did without like my friends being so adamant about like telling me that this wasn't okay. Like these behaviors weren't okay. Yeah. And really like, I mean, the first time I finally said like I was breaking up with him, my like friend was like sitting there like holding my hand while it was like on speaker and was
Shout
like,
out to you, girl.
And I was like, and you know, and thank God she was there because it was he would try to convince me not to. Yeah. And I would always fall into that. And she kind of looked at me and was like, keep going.
Yeah. Like he's doing
like, keep going. And it was like a lot. Like, and I was at work the other night and I was opening.
What restaurant was that at? That was
Community.
a different one. Oh yeah. Ugh, love you girls.
Oh yeah. Those are the girls from Community.
How funny they're the Community girls.
Yeah. And
it's giving Community.
I was at work the other night and these two ladies ordered a bottle of wine. And so I had to go over to the table and like open it. So I'm standing there for a while and they kind of were just talking back and forth. And the one woman was like, he is being manipulative. You cannot put up with this, was just like really laying it into her. Like, don't fall for this bullshit. Like, this is manipulation number one. We are figuring out a plan for you to like get out of this. Yeah. And I'm just standing there like opening the bottle of wine and I'm like, I have to say something because, and so all I said at that point was just like, she's a really good friend. Like, you need to keep her around. And like, they were like, oh my God, thank you. Like, that's
How old were
sweet.
They?
Older, like in their 50s probably. And so then towards the end of the night, like I had just thought about it and I had walked by a bunch of times and like overheard them talking again and again. And one of the big conversations put me into that mindset about
it's okay.
about the person that I was engaged to was me and the girls from Community before I worked there went to pour. Like, I think like the restaurant I work at is very much like girls wine bar, coming and drinking and talking their shit. And we had gone in there and it was 5 of them, like all like really laying it into me and telling me like basically what this woman was saying. Yes. And so when they were leaving, I was like, I just wanted to say, like, I was in a similar situation, and like my friends literally came into this restaurant before I started working here, and we're having a very similar conversation to what I overheard, like, you know, with what was happening with you. And the woman who was like in it, like, gave me like the biggest hug and was like, I'm just so happy, like, we both are like getting through it, and like, and not have good friends that are so support us. And they were just like, you are so sweet, and I'm like so glad, and like, you're beautiful, and I know I'm beautiful, and we're gonna, like, you know, be better. And it was just, it's really so important to have the friends, and it could be one friend that is just gonna tell you how it is and be blunt and not like sugarcoat it and lean into what you're saying and like really tell you like what needs to be said. And then the next night I was at work, and these 3 ladies were drinking a bunch of wine, and you know what happens when you drink wine, you know, the words start flowing and the tears start flowing. And it was just like, I heard this one woman like talking about like her past traumas of like being like assaulted and other things that have happened, and she's crying, and I just like saw her friends there like holding her hands, like, this is why you need to cry. This is why you need to talk to your friends, like, we will come over and bring you pizza if you're down, like, we will watch your kids, and like, you know. And it's just so important to cultivate those friendships, because I feel like I've had a lot of friends in my life that I've loved a lot, but it's sometimes hard to maintain those friendships, especially when people move. But I just think it's so important to have really good women in your life to tell you what you need to hear when you need to hear it. And I just like wanted to
put that out there. PSA from Amanda Katz. No, that is so beautiful. And I like honestly love, because even like what you were saying with switching your perspective about working, like being able to see things like that is so emotional and so beautiful. And I 1000% retweet, hard agree.
Yeah, it was like 2 days in a row. And I was like, I just love all of these female friendships that I get to witness every day, and I just like want everyone to have that in their life. And I just know sometimes it is hard for people to have, like, you see a big group of friends, and it's like, it doesn't need to be a big group.
It does not need to be a big group of friends.
Cultivate the friendship of someone like you like and you want to be around.
No, 110%. And also it's like, we as women are so wait, what the fuck? I like literally can't speak today. Us as women are so trained to see each other as competition and all that kind of like stuff that we obviously all know, but like, it's really, really shocking and surprising how many women are still stuck in that place and only see women as like competition, and they're completely missing out on. And it's like, you look at, and it's the friend groups that are 15 girls together and not one of them is a real ass motherfucking friend to the next one, because they see her as competition. And it's crazy. And I feel like the like Florida culture so bad. Like, I feel like that was like a lot of like growing up, and then just like as you grow, and it's like, oh my God, like, how could you ever I don't know.
But also, if you are around someone and you like you can tell they're looking at you as competition, like, don't cultivate that friendship. Don't like, don't lean into it unless you can like crack through the shell or something. Like, really be selective about the people that you want around, because not everyone's like wanting the best for you.
No, that's for sure. And if you like can't extend kindness for them to like if they can't learn from how you're acting, like, my favorite thing is like, even when I can tell people are feeling insecure in this conversation, or however, like, for some reason something about me is threatening this girl right now, I just try to completely ignore it and continue to be super nice, so that then they can hopefully like, once you have no reason, you have to go to, okay, what is my problem? Like, what is my problem? But going back to like the conversation, because I feel like your best friend or your friend is in a toxic relationship is like the biggest struggle for female friendships. And because I was so young when I was in like a toxic relationship, how can the girls be receptive though? Because it's like, your friends will sit their friend down and have that conversation, and they won't listen.
I think it comes from like coming from a place of kindness and love, and not
judgment,
and getting too like attacking.
Yeah.
Like I think you really have to balance the attacking someone and making them feel like they need to defend, and just being like straight up like, I love you, and so I just want to point these things out that I'm witnessing. Like, tell me if I'm wrong, but like from the outside, like this is what I'm seeing, and I'm only saying this because like I love you kind of thing. Because like I've heard that Ashton and Alex weren't close for a couple of years because Ashton was dating someone that Alex didn't like, and Alex was really upfront about not liking her.
And then that's just gonna push
and then
away.
So Ashton stopped talking to her. And it was like that happened with me before, where it's like, I know this person hates this person. I think sometimes when you're like too close, it can get hard to have like an unbiased opinion of the situation when you're like too close to it. But I think and maybe not like every single time someone gets brought up being mean about it, but it's like, if you've seen this pattern and you've whatever, and like you really want to be like, this needs to end and I need to point out these things, but it's like I'm not judging you, and I'm not like, I'm still there for you no matter what kind of thing, whatever you choose. I think like that's really important but I mean,
it's just so hard also because everybody's so different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where like, I feel like if I was in a relationship like that, I mean, also me and you are kind of like the too close for comfort thing, that it would be like kind of hard. But like, I feel like you would be able to choose a good time and place and explain it, lay out the facts, really, where I get so emotional. And like my friends' well-being feels like my well-being. And so I get so much more in the like, frustrated with you now because and it's like you need to, as the friend that's possibly like me, just really try to go back to like understanding like they are in an abusive situation right now. Like, you know who your friend is, and like, oh gosh, it's just so hard. And you just really have to go with like kindness and empathy and really, really try to recognize that like, this is not your life to be so angry about. Like, this is your friend's life, and you are not your friend. Like, you are not your friend, Kelly.
One thing that one of my friends said to me that like kind of scared the shit out of me was like, right now we're all here for you and we're all telling you, but if we keep telling you and you keep doing these same things, the voices are gonna get quieter, and you're gonna like lose a lot of the people that care about you right now. And that's like a lot of these abusers, their goal, tactic, and their whole goal is to get you alone. And so it's like, if you are in that situation, like remembering like, listen to what your friends are saying and don't let it go on for too long. If everyone has this opinion, like,
we're
really
not out
like
to get you.
Take a step back and be like, I don't want these friendships to be gone. And so if I want to maintain that, and I know that this isn't healthy, like, you need to do something about it while you still have people in your court to like catch you when you leave. You know?
Oh, I didn't have my mic. I'm like, yes, you probably could still hear me. No, 110%, because that's always like the fear of it all is just like, you want to end that friendship with that person that's in that abusive relationship, but then it's just a fucked situation. It's so fucked up, because then it's exactly what we're saying. Like, they're getting exactly what they want, but at the same time, like, you shouldn't be putting up with secondhand abuse from your friend. And like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a really messy situation. But you got to be there. We got to be there for our friends. We got to call shit out for them.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God. Okay, so this kind of like, speaking of female fucking friendships, I know you're about to be mad at me, but me and B went and saw One of Them Days, the movie with Keke Palmer and SZA. I knew she was going to be mad. But B is also really, really busy, and she could only hang out on a Thursday night when you were working.
Okay.
So she made the plan, and I just knew you were going to be working. Oh my God, you're so sad.
No, it's okay. I just really want to see it, and now I don't know who to go with. I'll just go by myself, I guess.
Well, I guess I can go again.
No, it's fine.
I knew she was going to get mad at me for this, but it's okay. So the movie was great, obviously. And before we go to the movie, me and B are also just like anxious queens. We love getting in place early. And do you like watching like the trailer previews beforehand? Okay, same. So we're planning to get there early so we can also talk, because B's schedule is so crazy. that whatever. So we go there and I'm telling her that like I'm excited to watch the preview. She's like, oh my God, I've never like met anyone that likes to go early and watch the trailers. Like this is so exciting. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, because Ian also likes to watch them. So like I didn't have that. So then we like go and we get our tickets and I see that it's rated R. And I was like, oh my, we're going to a rated R movie.
Kelly,
like,
you're so funny.
I was really shocked when I saw R on there.
Yeah.
I was like, wait. So we get in there and then like the previews are happening. We are there for every single fucking trailer and preview that comes on. Every single one, Amanda, is a horror film because it was the rated R movie. So I'm thinking that the previews were for all the other rated R movies. So I have pictures. I'm literally hiding. B is like a freak and she can't look away.
Oh man.
Where I can't look.
I can't look. I literally do this for so long. I like peek with one little eye and I'm like, nope, and keep closing it and then opening it.
No, it was sick. Literally after like the third one, she's like, I'm texting Charlie, he has to sleep over tonight. Like I can't. And she's just sitting there glued watching it and she's like,
oh my God, faces, that's so
and
funny.
I'm just blocking my face
that's
watching.
So funny. I was just thinking the only time I don't like watching the previews is when it was for a horror movie. Like I was thinking that in my head about to say it, and then you were saying, because I hate when it's like you're going to a horror movie and then you're seeing all these scary previews, and I'm like, oh
no. We started like panicking. We're like, are we in the wrong theater?
Yeah,
like,
I would have thought the same thing.
But then I just got so on the fact that like, because I did make the comment that it was rated R, and like it just makes sense that they can't show the previews for rated R movies and the other movies. And that's why when you go see like Inside Out, it's all the other PG movies. It's so cute.
I just thought it was all the other movies that are similar to that one.
Same.
And that's what it should be.
Same, 110%. But then I realized in that, lesson learned.
Yeah, lesson learned.
Yeah, that was like horrifying. I literally couldn't look at anything. I was laughing so hard. It was terrifying. But then the movie was good.
Did it show female friendship?
Yes, it was amazing.
I can't wait to see it.
It was amazing. And I want to talk about it, but you didn't see it, so I won't talk about it.
No, and don't spoil it for
I'm not going to spoil anything. Also, speaking of movies, okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Have you ever put on Cat TV for Tyra on YouTube?
Yeah.
How does she respond? Does she love?
Nothing.
You're lying.
She literally like doesn't even look at it. I'm like, I'll like put her face to it. She does not pay attention to it at all.
My cats go insane.
Oh my God.
Nori literally will jump up at the TV. She'll attack the TV.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Can we do it later?
After we record, I'll definitely show you. Nori acts crazy. Storm does that. Remember I sent you that TikTok? No.
That thing?
No. Remember I sent you the TikTok where it was like my cat is a skinwalker or whatever and the cat stands up on its back legs?
Oh my God.
Storm
I love
does that.
When Tyra goes up on her back legs, that's my favorite thing in the whole entire world. It's so cute.
So we've like done that for them before, but honestly sometimes it stresses me out because like Nori's literally hunting the TV and it's crazy. And then Ian was just like on, I don't know what he was on. I don't know what that man does on his phone, but he was like, I'm watching this movie. And it's like it's not a silent film because there's like the nature noises, but it follows this cat who gets stranded because of this flood. And it's just one of those movies that for some reason you can't stop watching it. It's so entertaining. And the cat's like doing meows and all the animals are making the noises. Nori and Storm watched the movie for... wait, let me get it right. Nori watched it for probably 45 minutes to an hour. I have video. I'll show you too. Storm probably watched it for like 30 minutes, then came back for like another like 20 or something. But like Nori sat there and watched it the whole entire time. It was so cute. Man, we were literally all sitting on the couch watching a movie together.
That's so cute. That's so cute.
And so I want you to Ian said you should have told Amanda to put it on and see if Tyra reacts. But if she doesn't react to Cat TV, she's not going to react to this because it's a lot less stimulating than Cat TV.
I'll give it a try, but
you should just watch it because it's so cute.
Okay.
And then I freaking have been seeing these TikToks of the cat psychic, and it's happening. Like, I obviously have to do it for both my cats, but like Nori's,
oh my God,
is gonna be iconic.
Oh my God, iconic. That might be what gets us viral.
She's gonna drag me through the fucking mud.
She is.
She's gonna be like, my mom is
a loud bitch.
She's gonna only talk about her dad.
She tries to steal my heating pad all the time.
So I said the heating pad's 100% getting mentioned. And so I like go on the website. It's $160 for 2 cats. I said, so worth it.
Yeah.
So worth it. Sorry, guys. I'm having a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction. And Ian's laughing so hard. He's like, you need to start making your own money. And I'm just like, yeah, you wonder what I'm going to spend my money on? Fucking cat psychics. And I'm going to be so excited I'm going to have to buy one for Tyra too.
Yeah.
And then Amanda's going to have a cat psychic.
Oh my God. Wait, that's going to be so amazing.
I can't wait.
Oh my God.
I cannot wait. I really should just email her because she's really backed up right now because of these TikToks going viral. So many people are reaching out.
Well, I saw something the other day that said like AI is going to be able to like detect what our like animals are saying. But it's like, that's like not like when she meows.
I don't believe
like,
that.
Yeah. What is that even? I'm like, are they talking to this cat psychic and having her like translate?
Yeah.
Is that how they're doing it?
I don't want to do AI spirituality
maybe
connections.
Maybe that was BS.
Yeah, fake news.
I'm calling BS.
Yeah, we're calling BS on that. Yeah, I can't wait to have my cat psychic reading. And then the other thing is, so what I was saying was,
Kelly, I like need you to do that.
No, I am. No, I'm 100% doing it. And the thing is that she's on the phone with you. So like Anne's like, I will be watching Nori the whole time. Like what if like while the girl's telling us, Nori's like looking around like, who am I talking to right now? Oh my God, it's going to be so great. I can't wait. And speaking on this topic, I had my therapy session today. And so I told my therapist about my psychic stuff that's been going on and told her about how it's normally like in that in between before falling asleep. Like it all just like that just makes so much sense and stuff. She told me she's been listening to this podcast. I really don't want to get stuff wrong. So I'm sorry if I do, you guys, but she's been listening to this podcast about nonverbal children with autism that can speak to spiritual realms. And they describe it as being at that time in between falling asleep and that it's just it was just basically what I had explained to her was what I said. She said, I totally believe you 100%. I would have believed you no matter what, but I've literally been listening to this podcast and these kids are doing, and what they say their process is exactly what you just said.
Wow.
And I said, well, look what 104 days meditating will do to you.
Are you really at 104?
Yeah.
You're crazy. I'm at 4.
I know, but it's like we talked about it. But honestly, like the first like 20, 30 was when I would really kind of like bullshit it. And then I would say, especially like the last like 50 days, I would say I've meditated.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
So impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
I
also don't have anything going on.
I was doing my guided journal a couple days ago, and it was kind of more about like health and self-care. Like there's different chapters and they kind of go through different things, and I don't remember the prompt exactly, but I wrote like, I commit to a daily meditation practice, and I commit to like nurturing my body more and like feeding myself better. And I mean, it's only been a few days, but it's weird that writing that down, like I have been enacting it.
No, it's weird. It's so weird because you'll tell yourself it, you'll say it in your head, you'll say it to other people, and then once you write it down, it's like a stronger promise. Gotta get it in writing. Yeah, stronger promise to yourself. I don't know, but I totally agree. Like I've had that with other things too, where it's just like I don't understand the switch. But I've been doing really good with my HelloFresh, you guys.
Yeah, Kelly's been cooking in the kitchen. She sends me her little meals. It's so cute.
Yeah, twice a week. I really need to start live streaming it. Like I just need to live stream because it's the most chaotic thing in the world. And I think I would also get really roasted, but it's also like, why do people have to be mean to people that are like, I don't know how to cook. Like I'm doing this to learn and to teach myself. So when you see me do things really fucking weird, it's because I don't know. Don't be mean to me. I'm saying that about like the people online that don't even know what I'm doing.
You're already just preemptively like, don't be mean to me. I know you're going to be mean to me.
Exactly. Fuck, what was it? Oh. So me and Amanda are obviously like iconic BFFs. I don't know why I started it like that. But basically we are, and it's like what you say on the podcast is what you get IRL. And our cousin.
Our cousin.
Wait, it wouldn't even be your cousin.
It'd be my sister-in-law. I know Cassie's gonna be my sister. I know.
Wait, I'm obsessed. Cassie's gonna be my sister. Okay, sorry. Amanda's sister, my cousin Cassidy, had her boyfriend here. I need to retell this whole story because I need to cut this out.
Why? No, that was funny.
Okay, it's just like so like I just feel like I hate explaining all this stuff, but whatever. Basically, me and Amanda, we went snowboarding. Amanda didn't go, and we get back, and me and Amanda are sitting on the couch, and we're just talking. And Cassidy's boyfriend, who like this is his first time meeting us and seeing us together talk, was like, "Oh wow, I really feel like I'm listening to a podcast right now," and I was like, "Oh my god, I love you for saying that." Whatever. Another thing that I had to tell you that he said about you.
Uh-oh.
So we're going skiing, and Amanda and Taylor, her sister, and Cassie and all them decide to go out the night before. I say I'm not going out because, you know, that's how long it's been since we recorded an episode. Mm-hmm. It's been so long. I was like, I'm not going out because then I'll be hungover and I won't go. Amanda's hungover the next day and doesn't go. And I walk upstairs.
This is what happened.
I walk in the house and I say, there's been some confusion. I'm singing Wicked all day. And Amanda's dead in the bed. I'm like, are you hungover? You're like this. Yeah, really bad.
It was so bad, Kelly. It was so bad.
And then I'm like, did you drink a lot last night? And you were like, I guess so. And so then we're like on the drive back from the mountains, and I'm telling my car full this story. And Gio, Cassie's boyfriend, was like, she was mixing drinks all night. And I said, this bitch sat on this very podcast 2 episodes ago and said, I miss mixing drinks as I drink, guys. I miss doing it.
Yeah. No, I had 4 drinks, I think, but all of them were different. So it's not like I was like so wasted, but ooh, did I feel that in the morning?
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
I just had to tell you that he called your ass out.
That's so funny that he would like clock that though. Like he was paying attention.
Yeah, well, he was like explaining that like when I would feel very safe to go out with him. But anyways, I just thought it was funny that he said that bitch was mixing drinks and that was kind of like what.
Oh my god.
That was kind of like one of those things where like when it happened in the moment, I was like all loud, like, oh, I'm gonna tell this on the podcast.
Yeah.
She's gonna get called out. And then it's like climatic as fuck.
No, it's like, yeah, I did. Because I hate having to watch myself, and it's like, oh, are they they were pouring shots into our mouths from like the standing on the bar.
What?
Like, am I supposed to be like, no, can I get a tequila?
That was the situation.
At one point, and then they were walking around with a tray of shots. Kyle's like, oh, I'll buy a round. I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay.
And then I wanted like a high noon instead, so I could like maybe not drink as much. But at the first place, I had like a cocktail because they had like fun cocktails, and it's like that's just how it happens.
I know.
It's just how it happens.
And actually, now that you're saying all this, I'm kind of feeling like the conversation in the other episode was maybe more you saying, when will I learn my lesson?
Yes.
Rather than you saying, I have learned that lesson.
No, I have not.
Yeah, I am.
But it was bad.
I know,
but it was so nice because, okay, one thing, like, maybe I would have went if it was like a 45 and sunny bluebird day and everyone was going. It was supposed to be like a -5 or something and cloudy. I'm like, it's okay.
It was very
It's
cold.
totally okay. I'll do 2 runs and drive 6 hours. Like, nah, I'm good. And I just laid in my bed and watched Daisy Jones and the Six, and it was so nice.
I love that.
I didn't have FOMO at all.
And that's the best. Like, I loved when we got back, man. I said I didn't have FOMO at all. And I just love, especially, you know, I'm so indecisive. Yeah. But, like, I love when I just can make a decision and be so happy and stand on it.
Yeah.
And that actually just reminded me of something I was thinking last night. Oh, I guess that's kind of like, I don't even remember. Sometimes I just think about, I'm like, I know what I'm going to talk about on the podcast. And I think of things and then, well, it's more just like conversations in my head. Whatever.
Yeah.
Let me pause for a second. Because I struggle with making decisions because I'm a Libra.
She's a Libra.
I have ADHD paralysis where everything feels overwhelming. And I don't really know how my perfectionism shows up, but like I have it's more like I want to be perceived perfect is really my perfectionism. And so I have all these things that make it difficult to make a decision, and I've stopped doing that. I found a 3-minute meditation that says like something about how there's no right decision. Mm-hmm. And I've been listening to it every day, and I sent it to Taylor, and I bet that bitch hasn't even listened to it. But I told her, I say, Taylor, you need to listen to this every single day because we both have this problem where we think that one choice is going to determine our entire livelihood, happiness for the rest of our life. And it's literally, where should we go eat right now? And it's not even where should we go eat right now, because everybody is like, oh, I don't know about that. It's like even stupider.
Yeah.
It's like, where should we sit when we get to the restaurant? Like, that's the level of like, it's not okay. But yeah.
When I walk to a table though, like I pretty much immediately like know where I want to sit.
Me too. But that's why I always tell people where to sit. I'm so, oh God, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I curled my hair today. Remember?
Oh yeah, you did. You did it yourself?
Yeah. Did I do good?
It really looks like your natural hair. And you know, I feel so bad for saying it looks amazing though. It doesn't look bad at all. It's just that I guess it doesn't look like your natural hair because your natural hair's waviness is a lot more unintentional, where I can tell this isn't. And I get really mad because Lex and B say my hair looks the exact same when I'm like, oh God, I need to straighten my hair. It looks so bad. They're like, your hair looks the exact same. Yeah. So I feel bad that I just said that to you too, but it does look good.
Thank you. What are your parents' astrology signs?
Today's my mom's birthday, you guys.
Oh my God. And yesterday was my dad.
Mom.
Happy birthday, Dad.
They're both Aquarius.
Oh my God.
Well, not my mom and dad. Her dad, my mom. Yeah. And my dad is an Aries.
Oh, okay.
My brutal sister sign.
Yeah. Yeah. Your brutal sister sign. I love my sister sign.
What's your sister sign?
Sagittarius.
Oh, see, Sagittarius are hard for me too. I don't know. It's like the sister sign is like good, but it's also just like you're the same but opposite. And so it's like really confusing and frustrating.
Yeah. Both of my parents are air signs. Isn't that crazy that I'm an air sign and was raised by 2 air signs?
Oh my gosh, poor Taylor.
I know. And then she's just fire in the air.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, getting freaking fanned.
Yeah.
Okay, so because your mom is also a Gemini like you. Yeah.
Isn't that, when I thought about the fact that they were both air signs the other day, I was like, whoa, I have to be like so airy then. Yeah. If I was raised by 2 air signs and I'm also an air sign.
Oh my God, you were raised by 2 motherfucking airheads.
Yeah. Really, both are.
Honestly, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And like my mom being an air sign.
Yeah. For sure. Oh my God, that makes a lot of sense.
For sure. And like an Aquarius, like my mom is so Aquarius vibes. My mom is so Aquarius vibes. The only other thing that I like sign I could like see maybe is, I don't even know actually. I don't know, just Aquarius. But yeah, my dad isn't really like his sign, but like he is. I don't know, because it's confusing because I had like 2 very traumatic Aries in my life, and I don't know if that's an Aries
Your dad
thing?
Not being one of them?
No, my dad being one of them. And
oh, you want to just throw it out there?
Well, I'll bleep it out.
Okay.
My high school relationship. I just like, I don't know, because they're so similar where it's like so emotionally avoidant, so funny, like so like argument, not even, but they're both not even argument. I don't know. I can't talk anymore. I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
I'm feeling sad.
Why?
Because I feel like I can't get my thoughts out right now.
Oh, do you need to do a deep breath?
One thing I do want to say before we end our episode is that everything is really fucking scary right now. And I just implore you all, I like the word implore.
Me too.
I implore you all to take a minute and ask yourself, am I adding scare and fear to this situation, or am I adding love and hope to the situation? And I'm not saying that in a toxic positivity way, because we do have to talk about the reality, and the reality is scary. So when we are talking about the reality, we might be adding more fear in that way, but we need to be making sure we're talking about reality. Did that make sense?
Yes, but I think you need to explain a little more.
Like, there's just a lot of, like, Trump, like, first day, a lot of executive orders immediately going through, and some of those are going to be tied up in the courts for a long time. Some of those, we just need to be making sure that what we're getting upset about and what we're fighting against,
like a headline,
isn't something to get us riled up and distracted, and is actually something to happen.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure I told you about that. How I had like talked to a friend who was informing me that immigration, like ICE, is literally about to go completely unchecked, no checks and balances, because Trump is going to defund the department that does those checks and balances for it. So it's like, but nobody's talking about that. Nobody's even thinking about it because everybody's too busy arguing with each other over whether fucking Elon Musk did the fucking Nazi salute, which he did.
Yeah.
It's just not something that needs, like, we just really need to be smart right now, because I think that our emotions are really being fucked with. And the TikTok ban, all of this stuff, it's so obvious that they're trying to emotionally fuck us up so that we cannot band together and fight. And so we just need to have like our blinders on and like putting everything through a filter before we feel that instant enragement and instant fear, because you can't make any solid decisions when you're acting out of a place of like that. Yeah. And also this is not directed as much towards the people that are directly affected by these things. I am not about to sit here and tell you guys how to respond or act, but like, we need to
just, people do make poor decisions out of fear, and this man is trying to play puppet master with like our lives, and we have to be smart about
and it's like, even like my friends who I know have good intentions are sharing stuff that like is so fear-mongering, and like even just all this stuff of comparing Trump to Hitler. I think it's really important for us to see the similarities, know the similarities, know what these steps were, so that we are seeing what's about to unfold potentially. But constantly sharing these things and these graphics about Trump is Hitler, Trump is Hitler, Trump is Hitler, like, it's just not doing what you think it's doing. And anyone that liked Trump is going to like Trump no matter what. And anyone that hated Trump is going to hate Trump no matter what. So we really need to stop being like, cut off anyone who voted for Trump. Like, we can't be moving like that, you guys. Like, I know it's fucked up, and we have to do the hard work of literally communicating with walls. But love and kindness is the way.
Okay, I have a question kind of for you on the way I've been dealing with all of this, because I don't necessarily think it's the right one, but it's like, I have barely gone on social media since he's gotten elected. Like, I'll scroll through for a little bit, and right when I see something that I don't want to see, I'm clicking off, because it is affecting my mental health so much. When I wake up in the morning and seeing that, my whole day is ruined. And I know it's like a privilege for me to be able to close my phone and ignore it. But I feel like me seeing this and subjecting myself to all of this information, when I know this sounds bad, but I don't think I have a single ounce of control over what's going on. So it's like, if I can't do anything to stop what he's doing, what is me exposing myself to this doing besides ruining my day? And I don't know how to deal with it. And like, maybe I'm just like, need this time right now because it's so much.
It's so much.
But
and like,
I don't
everyone
know
listening
what to
probably is like, yes, that's exactly what I'm doing right now too. Like, I don't think that you're doing anything wrong by doing like that. I think that when our mental health is poor, there's nothing we can do. So even if like I just think it's going to get to a point where we possibly cannot ignore the news. Okay, hold on. I get why you're feeling like that right now.
I just feel like such a lack of control.
And I think a lot of people feel that way.
Especially with him not having like any checks on his power right now, and all of the money that they all have combined can do whatever the fuck they want. And me sitting here, like doing anything, like just doesn't feel like it's going to make a difference. So like, why? And I'm sorry, like that is not bright and shiny and nice to think about, but it's like feels like the reality of the situation.
And it's also hard for me because so it's just confusing, because it's like that is how a lot of people are feeling right now, and that is a very valid feeling. And if I wasn't on my social work journey, I would be feeling the same way times 100. I just think that since I am working in a place where like I will be making like efforts towards things, and I'm knowing people that are having the big conversations and then they can tell me about it. I think that you're doing the best that you can, and I think just continuing to listen to people that you trust, like people like that, and then sharing that information to people that trust you, like Taylor or someone. Like, I just think the only way we can really do anything is to just continue to share what's actually going on, because the Trump supporters thrive off of just lying, and they all just go unchecked with each other. They just sit there and lie and lie. And like, in like these like big official like Capitol meetings and stuff, like they can't even get through anything because the Speaker of the House is constantly going to be like, fact check. And the same with like Ian loves listening to these debates, and they're not getting through anything because the moderator fact check. Like,
so insane.
And that's their strategy, because now they're not having to address what's going on, because all the conversation is, what does the word fascist even mean? I think we all know what that means. So I just think staying informed enough to where you can.
And it's so hard when he's so fucking dumb. Like, I can't even like listen to what is spewing out of his mouth.
I don't listen to him.
It's like so fucking dumb.
I just follow like a few trusted organizations that it's like they're not going to be spreading fear-mongering stuff.
Maybe like put them in here.
Yeah. Okay. I will. Because they're also like really random. Like one like that I was reading on the Innocence Project more details about what Trump's plan is for, because he like signs an executive order to extend the death penalty to any person who is illegally in this country that gets convicted of, I think, a violent crime, but it might not even be violent. I don't remember. I'll also add the post right here. Will get the death penalty if they're an illegal immigrant, and they get and they're just gonna convict these people, and then everyone's like, well, they're going to illegally convict these people and murder them. Like, I just don't know. How do we not see?
And that's why it's getting like to a point where it feels so much bigger than me. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Stop. And
I also like did what I'm telling you guys not to do, where I didn't finish my sentence and say, but what I was doing was I was going through that post and I was really learning about what he actually wrote and what is actually possible. And yes, stuff is changing and things might become possible that weren't possible previously. But as of now, again, we have to talk about the reality of what we're in right now. And as of right now, there's no way that he could create that into the death penalty stuff. Like, and then he's trying to, I don't know. It's just, they don't like it. They don't even want to be, they're just like trying to kill people. And it's just like, why? Like, when the jails don't even want to be doing it.
Oh my God.
And you do? You got a problem. So that's my piece on the world ending right now on our last episode of this January 2025. The scariest month yet. Right? It's been really bad.
It's a long one too.
And it's always the longest month of the damn year.
Yeah. It's like, damn, I feel like we've been in 2025 for 3 months already.
Oh, God.
I want to end on a happier note.
Okay, I guess actually I have an exciting update that I can give. I have 2 exciting updates that I can give to finish off on a positive note. I'm changing my word of the year to collaboration. Collaboration. Just makes so much more sense. I mean, presence is like my word of life. Like, my presence is the word of this lifetime, as well as balance. And so collaboration is just it. I love it. I work well in groups. My second life update is that I have been trying to apply for jobs, and I've applied for jobs that I'm very qualified for, align with my life, and I should have gotten, and I didn't get, which makes me feel very curious on, I love how I'm only looking at the camera.
I know. I'm like looking at you and you're just like staring into the void. Like, I'm telling you.
I forgot you were here. And it's just kind of weird that like I'm not getting these jobs because like I should. And so when doors close, I'm just knowing that another door is waiting to open. So as slightly shameful I am about it, I'm going to be spending most of my time and focus on the podcast.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
I don't really know what that means so far, but hopefully things are just a little bit more seamless,
we're
orderly.
Gonna talk, yeah. I got some ideas.
and organized. And maybe we'll even have a theme when we start an episode. Who knows? Oh, that's a little bit crazy. But yeah, so those are my updates. And I'm feeling good about it, even though I'm not.
Yay. I'm feeling good about it too.
Yeah. And Amanda's feeling better about her job. She's like, this is just a means to an end. It's not my passion. My passion is the podcast.
Yeah, and it gives me a lot of freedom, and I work with great people, and I most of the time have great customers.
And you get to see female friendships.
Yeah, so it's like not that bad.
We're just living life.
Yeah, you know, there's ups and downs. You have to shift mindsets every so often, but I wouldn't have been able to shift my mindset without realizing like I was upset.
Exactly.
So we have to allow the emotions to come through so we can...
We need the dark for the light.
Adjust.
Okay. Well, I don't know why I decided to take this off. Okay. Well, we love you guys. You should definitely follow us on Instagram, subscribe, like, comment, do all the things, rate 5 stars.
Yeah, rate 5 stars on wherever you listen. Give a thumbs up on the YouTube.
Yes.
If you liked the episode, or if you didn't, just give a thumbs up.
And send in to your favorite female friend. Favorite female friendship.
Yeah, because honestly, listening to the podcast that I listen to with female friends makes me really happy too.
And that's what the girls have been saying to us.
Yeah.
We love making you guys happy. I think the best one, though, I just need to share this with all my listeners. I think the best one, though, was my friend Diana texted me that she was listening.
Oh, my God. Can you read the message?
Well, I can't read the messages.
Oh, my God. It was so funny.
But basically, she went to the dentist, and she was very scared to get fillings. And so she listened to our podcast, and it was her comfort sound while she got fillings at the dentist.
That's like seriously the best thing I've ever heard.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
I need that like printed and hung up in my like room or something, because that's seriously incredible.
So send us like the most random time you've listened to the podcast. Maybe we'll give you a shout out.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.